Yo, what is up everyone, Jay here with another Fire Emblem Heroes video, and today we're going to take a look at the next main series banner, and this time it is for Sacred Stones. I'm honestly a little bit surprised because I thought it would either be a Sacred Stones banner or a Fire Emblem Engage banner, specifically a Brodia banner, but it wasn't. But I was surprised because Engage just came out and I thought they would try to make a banner to, help the game out with sales and promote it, but they went with Sacred Stones, which I respect because Sacred Stones hasn't had a banner in like over a year. If I remember correctly, the last banner was with the one with Ascended Joshua. So I'm glad it wasn't Engaged, because if it had Citrine or Lapis, I would have been screwed because I just used my orbs. But anyways, I do like Sacred Stones, so I'm glad they are getting more characters. And the first unit on the banner is my man Gilliam here, the Wall of Silence. So Gilliam here, aka Wolverine. I like to joke that he looks like Wolverine a bit. His art is clean. I like his armor a lot. It looks really cool. And he is a Lance Armor, and he's a very unique Lance Armor because he's not only bulky, but he also provides really good support. So Frelia and Lance. This banner is also entirely a Frelian unit, so everybody here is from Frelia, including Tana, who we'll get to. But yeah, Frelian Lance gives him minus special cooldown. At the start of turn, he has the ability to give the IOD shield, drive the IOD shield, well, not drive, but IOD shield within, or to flying allies within 2 spaces of unit for 1 turn. So this is amazing because we haven't seen this effect at all in the game yet. We have like drive, all these other drive effects or start a turn effects, but none of them have had IOD shield built in. So Gilliam here sets himself apart with that kind of support because you can utilize units like Brave Claude or like even Legendary Claude or any kind of flying tank even better now because you have this IOD shield built in. So stuff like Ninja Leg Yarn can really utilize this. So it's pretty cool. I really like that what they did with Lance. And at the start of combat, or should I say the foe initiates combat, or if the foe's HP is greater than or equal to 75% HP, he has a mini Spendthrift effect of +6 attack and -6 attack on the foe, and also inflicts a further penalty on the foe's attack and defense equal to 20% of his defense at the start of combat, and reduces damage from the foe's first attack by 40%. So he's really bulky because he's going to have really high defense, as you can tell by his kit here. So he's probably going to have something around base 45 defense, so that's going to be very strong with that further debuff that he inflicts on the foe, and also the Spendthrift effect. So he's going to be very bulky, but I think the main thing that's going to sell him is definitely his IOD shield support, because people who use like +10 Brave Claude and stuff, they're going to definitely want this Lance because it's not on any other unit in the game as far as I can remember. So drive IOD shield or IOD shield support is really good because you don't have to run the seal. You can just have Gilliam if you do have him. He comes with Bonfire, Sturdy Stance 3, and Vengeful Fighter 4, which is a very nice upgrade to Vengeful Fighter 3 because Vengeful Fighter 3 had a worse HP threshold, didn't have the attack -4 debuff. You did get the guaranteed follow-up, but you didn't have follow-up negation. And before, I think the special cooldown charge was only on your attacks, either your attack or the foe's attack. I don't remember exactly, but this one is just per attack in general, which is just better in general, obviously. So yeah, Vengeful Fighter 4. Attack -4 debuff, you get a guaranteed follow-up, and foe can't make a follow-up attack, and you also get special charges no matter what. So this is a really good upgrade to Vengeful Fighter 3. Obviously still weak to no follow-up, but you have basically like a pseudo no follow-up in a way. And it helps slow units like Gilliam here, and then he comes with attack, defense, near save. So his kit is very self-explanatory for an armor, just going to be able to near save very effectively because he's going to have high defense, but he also has that IOD shield support, which is really cool. I like what they did with Gilliam here with my man Wolverine. So there he is, just nuking with his bonfire. And the next unit on the banner is Cyrene. So Cyrene was one of the most pretty characters from the GBA games. Honestly, I really loved her, even though I didn't use her. I thought she was always cool. And I'm glad that she's also pretty in the game in FEH. And she's a sword flyer, and that class is, decently competitive. Not as competitive as lance flyers, but she does have a PRF. So Frelia and Blade gives her -1 CD, and if the foe initiates combat or if they're alive or above 75% HP at start combat, she grants +$5 stats, inflicts penalty on the foe's attack speed and defense minus or equal to 15% of her speed. And at the start of combat, she also neutralizes effects that prevent units follow-up attacks, so partial no follow-up and damage reduction on the foe's first attack by 40%. So similar to what Gilliam had, just having the damage reduction there. So pretty standard weapon, nothing too crazy, but it definitely helps her combat a lot because she has that true speed-based penalty, I guess, in a sense. And she goes with Moonbow, Speed Res Catch, which is a new catch skill, so that's going to be decent. I guess it's not going to be the most sought after catch skill, but it's going to be good for Cyrene here. And she comes with Pegasus Flight 4. So Pegasus Flight 4 is the standard skill for a lot of fast and high resistance flyers like Sheeta, for example, which I gave this to her from Chloe, who also has Pegasus Fly 4. So, you know, pretty standard. It's nothing crazy, but it's nice that she at least has a pure F that she can definitely utilize. So that's going to be pretty nice. So that is Cyrene, pretty self-explanatory, and then her sister is also on the banner, which we'll see after this. And even though Vanessa, I'd say, is more popular because Vanessa obviously has better availability, she is the weaker unit because she's actually the demote this time, which is kind of unfortunate for Vanessa fans, but either way, you're going to be able to plus 10 her pretty easily. She's a Lance Flyer, and pretty much is just the Gen 7 or whatever next gen we are in Flyer compared to like Fila and like Marcia and what's her name, Karen, that we had for the past few months. So Upfront Blade is pretty much just the Lance version of Upfront Sword, or Upfront Lance is the I'm getting mixed up. Upfront Lance is the Lance version, obviously, of Upfront Blade, which is just +5 attack and speed, and also have the penalty neutralization. She comes with Luna, attack res, catch 3, and speed res oath, which is nice to have the catch skill more easily available, even if it is 5-star locked. But yeah, that's Vanessa. So it's nice to see the two sisters reunited. And the next unit, or the last unit on the banner, is the rearmed hero, Tana. So I know some people might be tired of Tana at this point because Tana has like 3 or 4 alts. I'm not complaining because I do like Tana a lot, but she's actually the rearmed hero, so it makes it a little less annoying if you do get annoyed by it, because she does provide fodder, which honestly is, you know, that's the rearmed thing. So for the rearmed heroes is the fodder. So yeah, she is a bow flyer this time, which I definitely didn't expect her to have a bow. I definitely didn't expect her to be the arcane bow bringer. But yeah, this is the arcane bow. I'm not even gonna try to say the name. Arcane whatever. So -1 CD, and you also have flying effectiveness, of course, and if the unit initiates combat or is within 2 spaces of an ally, you gain +5 to all your stats. You make a guaranteed follow-up. You reduce the damage from foes' first attack by 30%, and you also grant bonus to your attack during combat equal to 12 minus the foe's max special cooldown value times 2. So for this, you want to have a less cooldown opponent. So if they have like a 2 cooldown, that's going to be 2 times 2, which is 4, and then 12 minus 4 would be 8. So you would have an 8 bonus to your attack compared to someone with Ether, which would be way more, or way less, should I say. And the minimum is 4. If foe does not have a special skill, bonus is equal to 4. Well, I guess Aether wouldn't work because Aether would be 5. So minimum is 4. So yeah, pretty nice arcane bow. This is going to be really good for a lot of the slower bow units because you get a guaranteed follow-up, which is nice. And you also get damage reduction, which is also nice. So like a lot of the units that are not Winter Marth, a lot of the bow armors can definitely use this, like Valentine's Fae, Christmas Annette, for example, Plegian Raphael. So this is going to be a nice bow for them. And she comes with Deadeye, Attack Speed Unity, and Soaring Wings, which is a pure FB skill for her. And this is amazing because this pretty much gives you the opening retainer effect for herself. So she can move to a space within 2 spaces of any ally within 2 spaces. And if they start a combat, she also has the speed defense clash effect, basically, is the TLDR of that. So that's pretty amazing because she's going to be able to get even more speed and defense on top of her weapon and attack speed unity. So Soaring Wings is no joke for sure because Tana is going to be able to fly across the map and to her allies and whatnot. So that's really going to be annoying. So you have to watch out for her. And then she comes with Guidance 4, which is just like Opening Retainer, except it's only for infantry and armor allies. And also, but the difference is, compared to regular Guidance, is they obviously have a wider range, but you also grant attack speed +3 to those infantry and armor, and you also have partial no follow-up if they're faster. So that's really amazing because for infantry units especially, because not every armor is that fast, you know. So I guess for the partial no follow-up for armor, it's going to be a little harder. But for a lot of infantry units, geez, I can't talk today. For a lot of the infantry units that you might use in arena, especially because you know, Guidance 4 or Guidance Seal was definitely used in arena, but now Guidance 4 is going to be even more useful for a lot of those armors that you might build and infantry units. So Guidance 4 is going to be amazing for sure. Along with Soaring Wings, it's going to be really annoying because Tana can help her allies and also help herself move around. So the mobility is going to go crazy. Obviously, we've seen this before with, you know, Ash, like I said, with Opening Retainer, and you also have units like Halloween Naui and other units like Ninja Igreen, but nobody can really use it this well or have this many effects built into it. And having this inheritable is going to be really crazy, especially for arena. I mean, it's good for every mode, but arena is going to be nice. Even Summer Duels has applications. So that is Rearmed Tana. So she's pretty cool. I do like Tana. You know, like I said, I definitely didn't expect her to be the arcane bow user, but here she is. And she's going to nuke this bow flyer with her own Deadeye. So I think the bow's pretty nice. I can skip this banner for sure, though, because even though I do like Sacred Stones, it's not a must-have for me. And even though the arcane bow is nice, a lot of the units that I do use bows with, either I'm already okay with their PRF, and like Norn just got a refine, and her refine's really good, and Winter Marth, of course, I don't have to say anything about Winter Marth. His refine is already cracked, so I'm glad I can skip this arcane weapon, because the arcane weapons have definitely you know, tempted me for the past few months. I've pulled on like almost every single one of them to get that arcane weapon, but this time I think I could skip. So that is the Sacred Souls banner. Oh, I forgot to mention, Vigarde is the GHP. He's Lion's father, and apparently he's a Lance user, so hopefully he has a PRF, but it looks like he doesn't from what I've been seeing, so not sure. But his art is pretty good. He does look very evil. Vigard definitely, his portrait in Sacred Stones always look creepy, so the artist definitely did a good job to maintain that. But yeah, that's the Sacred Souls banner and Rearmed Tana. Let me know what you guys think about this Freelian banner. I know a lot of people are upset that maybe Garcia and Franz are not on here. I've been seeing people complain about that or been sad about that, which is understandable because, you know, Franz and Gilliam come together. But it is a Freelian banner, which I do appreciate them trying to stick with that theme at least, so it is consistent in that sense. So that's pretty cool. I'm glad to see the sisters and Wolverine into the game, and Vigard should be interesting. So yeah, that is Sacred Stones banner. Let me know what you guys think down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Please stay safe out there, and peace out.